This story goes such as September 29th, 2017. I was watching Super Mario Logan a lot. My favorite character was Bowser Jr. I was going through YouTube one day when I saw a new SML video called SML Movie I'm Sorry Chef PP. When I saw the notification, my mind was racing with thoughts such as, is this a joke? Is this a Halloween video that but just posted early? But I ignored it and started to watch. Junior was having a good day, spending time with his friends, making jokes about Cody's mom, the usual things Junior likes. One day he made a mistake that changed his mind forever. It just goes a little like this. Junior was playing football in the house with Jeffy when on accidentally Jeffy punted the high ball high enough to break the ceiling. And right when that happened, the ceiling fell on Chef Pee Pee and knocked him out unconscious. With his face splattered across the kitchen counter and floor, Junior was scared, but luckily he knew the trick. Junior tried to make Chef Pee Pee a new face by getting Play-Doh and some glue and tape and hopefully to get the face just look as good as new. But right when Junior was done making the last piece of Play-Doh, Chef Pee Pee awoke, and boy was he pissed. Chef Pee Pee actually grew a new face underneath his old one, and it looked terrifying as hell. Junior then fell to his knees and then saw the lifeless, effed up Chef Pee Pee standing right above him. Trying to keep it calm, Junior cracked a joke, but when Chef Pee Pee heard it, he slashed at Junior, making Junior cry so hard that when he had waterfalls of tears of blood coming out of his nose and eyes and mouth, Chef Pee Pee started choking Junior, and Junior tried to keep repeating while crying, "I'm sorry, Chef Pee Pee, I'm sorry." And as Junior said that, Chef Pee Pee dug his hand deep into Junior's body, so much so that he was destroyed. The episode then was deleted by YouTube because it violated community guidelines, but I remember this episode. It scared the living daylights out of me. I'll never see Chef Pee Pee the same way again. I think me and my friends were the only ones who noticed that mysterious video, because after that, nobody ever talked about it. If anyone else has seen the video, please let me know. I'm sure that me and my friends were the only ones who noticed this, considering that no one else talked about it. Update. Someone messaged me the other day and said they managed to grab a nab screenshot from one of Chili's vlogs. Here is the picture. Chef Pee Pee could be seen on the kitchen table with dust surrounding him. Junior doesn't seem to be in the shot. However, I sincerely hope that could lead more discoveries about the mystery video. And that, my little pretties, was a SML movie I'm Sorry, Chef Pee Pee. A SML creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. This story was not good. Like, I'm just going to be completely and utterly honest. Now, I have like a few things that I would have to sit there and say. Now, just to be completely honest, I actually remember hearing and seeing a couple narrations of this story from like certain people. I've seen a lot of people have actually narrated this, so I decided that I would go ahead and narrate this story. So, I honestly really would have to say that there are some issues that I have to say about this story. Now, to be completely honest, I'm going to sit there and say this right now that this story, although I'm going to sit here and say it did have somewhat of attempt, but there are a few issues in the story that I would like to go through. But before I do that, I'm going to mention a few things in this pasta. Now I know the grammar was not that great when I first read it, but I think that somebody must have, edited it to make it more uh sorry about that. Readable, but there is a few things about it. So like the original of this creepypasta was better, but of course, to be completely honest, the grammar of this story was okay, I guess, but it could have been better. Like, it could have been better. Like, it was a dark SML pasta. The one thing I'm definitely gonna have to say was that, I believe there were, like, a few run-on sentences. Like, there was places that should have been periods, places that should have been commas, or they weren't there, or they were just all over the place. So the story was a bit hard to read at certain parts. And it starts off with the, usual SML pasta, and then all of a sudden Chef Pee Pee, gets all angry with Junior and, strangles him or something like that. Like, that's kind of messed up, coming to think of it. Like, I could honestly see Chef Pee Pee, somewhat doing this, but to be honest, I'm just gonna say this, that, June, to be completely honest, I really would have to say that's kind of, messed up and of its own self. Now, I would have to say that this story was not terrible, but it's not that great. Like, it's an okay story. I kind of said something similar to, how I did my review on Bowser Jr.avi, although I wasn't really a fan of that story. This story, I'm just not a fan of it. Like, it's not really my cup of tea, but I actually read this because it's an SML creepypasta. And yeah, I did hear about, the trouble SML is going on, but I'm not going to say it on here because most of you guys who don't support, well, SML or anything like that, probably should already know about that. But I'm going to sit here and, say this right now. And this is just going to be me sitting here and say this. This story of its own self needs improvement. That's one of the things I'm going to say, is that it just needs improvement, mainly with the whole story of how it went out. Like, I mean, it's not a terrible story, but it does need, some, improvement. Like, I think the one thing I would have to say is, the fact that the video was, deleted because of violated YouTube's community guidelines. Now, I have something to say about that. I know SML has, gotten age restricted a couple times at one point, and it's a really long story. Like, I don't, hate SML, but what I would have to say is, everything that's said about, the truth of it, I would have to agree with some of this. Although I'm not against anybody who like SML. Like, if they like it, that's fine. If they don't like it, that's okay too. Now, the thing about that is that, the fact that the story was like in a diary format, which I honestly don't understand why it's in a diary format. Like, if there's a reason why it's in a diary format, there has to be a really good reason as to why that's the case. Because, you don't put, stories in a diary format unless there's a good reason as to why that's the case. Now, I'm not saying that just to, hate on anybody. No, I don't hate anybody in any way, shape, or form. I just think that, that this story just needs to be, improved a lot. And that's one of the main things I'm definitely going to say right now. Like, this story was not terrible in any way, shape, or form. But I really do feel that this story really needs to be, maybe just a rewrite or something, perhaps. Maybe that way it would be better. But I guess that's just here or there. I'm not sitting there and, trying to be, harsh or anything, way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that just for the sake of it. But, to be honest, the story just needs to be rewritten. That's all I have to say. Like, it's not, terrible in any way, shape, or form. It's not. It's just, well, yeah. But I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, I think there's nothing else that I could say what I don't like about this story. So I'm going to sit here and kind of wrap up the review. Now, like I'm going to say right now, and like I always continue to say, this is simply... Oh yeah, before I say that, I want to say, I can't seem to find out who the original author is, so if the original author were to see this video, I would like he or she to, comment below, so then I can make sure to give them proper credit, as I have no idea who the original author is. So if I do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to give him or her proper credit. Although I could definitely say that this story just needs to be a lot more work. But I guess that's all I have to say, and like I'm always going to continue to say right now, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypasta, and this is my simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of the story, I'm gonna give this one maybe a 4 out of 10. I know that might be a little bit high, but I'm giving it a 4 out of 10 because, it did have some potential, but in my own perspective, it just didn't do a great job. Like, the grammar was okay, it just needs to be fixed up. The sentence structuring was okay as well, although it needs to be polished up. But the story of his own self was just not the greatest. That's all I have to sit there and say. It just wasn't the greatest. Like, it's not terrible, but it wasn't great either. So that's just all I have to really say. But anyways, with that being the case, that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're happy to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.